Thought I'd take you out for a little bit of a walk with me real quick. Where I'm at has a lot of probably my favorite childhood memories, to be honest. I used to camp here as a child. There used to be a big metal pole barn, and inside the pole barn there was an old abandoned scout, Eagle Scout or whatever. It's an old, yeah. And we got, water ponds down in here and stuff. But this used to all be wetland stuff because of the creek that runs in through up here. So at one time, if you came through here just at the wrong time, you'd be walking in really nasty stuff. I remember my buddy Mikey and he was old enough to get his first handgun, and he went and got a Ruger 9mm. It's like every other it's like every other person's first pistol, it seems like. Mine was a Springfield 40 cal. But out here at the time, most of the properties were pretty much registered as farmland. My folks' house is the last place registered as a farm still. The rest is all residential now. But we fired it off a couple times in the backyard, and it was like, this isn't really a smart place to do this. Still got houses nearby. We're being young and stupid. So we came out here. This was long before this became a golf course. I remember the whole process of that. So, going from, there used to be cows here, and then the guy died, and I don't understand or know the whole story of it, to be honest, but I might find it. There's this, it's because of the golf course, they changed things are obviously different. But this used to be cow fields. And it's pretty cool though. I don't want to distract these people. Plus, I don't like looking like I'm talking to myself. It feels weird. Even though I do it all the time. But my buddy Mikey and I, we decided to go out to this metal barn that's out here. That was out here a long time ago. We're talking back in late 90s. 97, 98, 99, right in there. So, straight across, you can see the golf course out here. You got this guy here, but there's golf carts right out there. Just out past that, there was an old metal pole barn. And we used to camp in that all the time. It was pretty much a party barn for the neighborhood. We didn't have all the big houses out here and all. So, actually, yeah, I think that is a spot. So, right up there, just past it, that was where that pole barn used to be. In fact, I used to, with my brother Jess, there's a farm back up this way across the highway here that we used to buck hay at during summer. All of this is maybe 20 years old. Readjust this while I'm walking by, because Yes, I admit I feel awkward. It's not that I don't like rich people. I just feel like I'm not smart enough for anything like that to be around them. Let alone I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, I think. Basically, I don't believe in the whole Prince and the Pauper thing, or whatever you want to call it. One day, you just, like, all this shit happens. I kind of struggle with it a little bit. But after this golf course was built, I used to come out here once in a while to go for walks. Excuse me. And I kind of quit doing that long before I moved. And a lot of it's because I just don't like going public places, like, even like this sometimes, where there's all this noise still, on my own. I used to do pretty good and could shut things out when I was younger, but as I got older, it got harder. There you go. Yeah, I grew up out here. And then up, let's see here. I don't want to be pointing the camera to my right because I don't want it to be going into, like, people's homes. But up off to my right on the other side of these trees, you'll see them as we go across this. This neighborhood's been around, like, since we first moved here. So it's an older neighborhood. It's about 40 years old. Yeah, 30, 40 years old. Yeah, about 40 years old or older. And it's up in there. This is all wetland. Well, we see a beaver out here. See, isn't that cool? I was happy my younger son at least got to adventure out in this stuff, well, even though after this happened. He used to come over to the creek and lay crawdad traps and catch crawdads and then have a little crawfish cookout on the side of the creek. I didn't do that as much as he did. I've more or less just always been a curious cat, I guess you could say. Yeah, I'm kind of hurrying across this a little bit. I just don't like being in the open, to be honest. I feel uncomfortable out here. And I just thought it would be a good idea to go for a walk. Chill out. It's like almost a 3-mile hike type thing, or a trail. Up at the mountain on a good day, I'd be doing about between 7 and 10 mile hikes on average whenever I had a good day, and I could go. Otherwise it'd be like 3-4 miles, because it's like a half a mile to get into the woods. Sorry, it was a runner and it was a lady, and I didn't want to put her on camera. Trying to be respectful. But might have to stop the camera and get some pictures. So this creek goes all the way along all the way along down here. And my kids used to fish down here. Don't know if there's fish or anything in there. I've never really tried. But This is part of an area of my childhood. Well, that's been basically plowed over, turned into a golf course. And as I was saying about my buddy Mikey, when we went out to the pole barn with his 9. Back then, there was always this, theory that a 9mm couldn't shoot through a car door. And because this old Jeep that was out there, this like Eagle Scout or whatever, we had the doors shut on it. And we thought, well, if we shoot it from the back side of it, it'll probably hit the broken, the engine block, and it won't do anything from there if it does go through. So we didn't want anything, we knew what was going on. It was being kind of stupid, but we didn't want to be that stupid. But then we ended up realizing shortly after we were super stupid. As soon as my buddy Mikey that pulled the trigger and the thing went off, yeah, the bullet went through the door, it went through the dash, and then it went through the engine of the Jeep and passed through. But the factor that we were doing it inside a big metal pole barn, no earplugs, nothing. We might as well have been inside a bell when somebody rang it. And we went running. No, I figured I'd share a little bit of memories that I have here. I decided to go for a walk. I need to get out, kind of just enjoy things. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm just I'm just needing to go for a walk. I like going for walks, so I can be kind of like a dog that way. But hope you enjoyed this. Maybe one of these days I'll do the whole thing, record the whole thing, the whole walk. It's like almost 3 miles, but we'll see. So try and have a good day. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Late.